What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic week, and I hope the holiday and the weekend coming up treats you just as well. Now, as you can see, I'm not in my normal spot. I'm actually visiting my family for Thanksgiving, and they own a little bit of land with a couple animals. It's going to be a fun time for my wife and my family, so I'm super excited for that. You are going to get a recipe this week for Thanksgiving. I don't necessarily know if it's going to come out before Thanksgiving or on the day, but keep your eye out for that. Now, to hold you over, though, I have one more recipe to show you. So this was for a silent cake auction at my church, and I'm really excited for how it came out. It is a caramel apple cake. It has cinnamon vanilla sponge, brown butter buttercream, homemade apple pie filling throughout the layers, and it has a creme brulee topping. So this is going to be a little bit of a long one, but if you hang tight, you're going to be happy with the way it comes out, or at least I hope so. So stick around, let me know what you think. And if you feel like it, how much would you pay for this cake for a silent cake auction? Yes, I know, it's exciting. So, keep an eye out, let me know what you think, and I will see you again next time. All right, ingredients are on the board and it's time to go. Now, the first thing you're going to do, very simple, take your 9-inch springform pans, grease them up, and put paper rounds on the bottom and set them to the side. Next up, all you have to do is take your flour and all your spices, put them in a medium-sized bowl, and go ahead and mix them up well. And again, put it to the side. Next up, go ahead and cream your butter and make sure you scrape down the sides to make sure that in the next steps, all the butter gets all the ingredients. After everything is creamed up, go ahead and add your vegetable oil and have that mix for about a minute. Once that's all mixed together, go ahead and throw in your sugar and mix for a full 2 minutes or until your mixture is super fluffy. Once everything is fluffed up, add your 2 full eggs and beat for about 45 seconds. After that's done, you'll add in your 3rd egg and your egg white and repeat that process. Next up, you're going to add your vanilla and your sour cream and go ahead and mix that until it is just combined. You don't want to overmix it because then things are going to begin to split. Now, go ahead and add your milk and mix that until just combined, and then put in about half of your flour mixture and mix it up fully until you see a couple of streaks of milk left, then add the other half of your flour mixture. Once that's all mixed up, go ahead and divide the batter between your pans and bake them one at a time for about 19 to 24 minutes and then let them cool fully. You can always tell that your cakes are done because you stick a toothpick in them and they come out clean. Now, doing caramel this way can be very temperamental, so you want to be careful and you want to keep your eye on this. First thing you're going to do is over medium heat, pour in your sugar and cook it until it begins to turn a golden brown and you see it begin to melt. Once you get that golden brown color, go ahead and add in your butter and begin to stir it lazily. That means very gently, continuously, until the butter melts together and everything is one big liquid. Once everything is brown and liquidy, you're going to go ahead and add your heavy cream once you remove it from the heat and mix it in. If there are still lumps of sugar in it, like you see here, go ahead and put it back onto heat until everything is nice and smooth. Once all the sugar lumps are gone, you can take it off the heat once again and let it cool to room temperature until you need it light. Now this apple filling will be the easiest step out of this entire process. All you have to do is dice up your apples or dice them into bite-sized chunks, throw everything into a big old pot, and cook it until everything is nice and tender and mixed up. Your house is going to smell amazing during this process. Just try not to eat your filling as you go. Once the apples are cooked up and nice and tender, once again, go ahead and set it to the side to cool until it is room temperature. Now this buttercream icing is, again, a little bit temperamental just for this first part. Now you have to melt your butter and cook it until it becomes brown. Now, this is a very delicate process because the butter can foam up and go over the sides of the pan. So make sure you have one that is a good size but not too large. Then you constantly have to stir it until it turns brown and you smell a slightly nutty aroma. You constantly have to keep your eye on it because if you overcook this thing, you can't unburn the butter and then you'll have to start all over. My recommendation is to do it in pieces, dice up your butter, and have it that way because everything melts a little quicker and it's not going to cook as long as fast. Now, once you do get that brown color, you're going to let it cool until it is room temperature. Everything in this is going to be room temperature at some point, so this is just following the pattern. Once it reaches room temperature, add it and a block of cream cheese into your mixer and cream them together. Now this is going to look a little weird, but I promise it's going to work out just fine. Now, once it's all creamed together, you're going to pour in your powdered sugar at about 2 cups at a time until you reach your desired consistency. Now, you have to be very careful with this because you don't want it too sweet, but you want this thick enough to where it's not going to just slough off of your cake. Now, once you reach your desired consistency, add in your vanilla and cinnamon and mix it until it is just combined. And if you do it properly, you should have a wonderfully tasting mixture. Now, you can always add more cinnamon if you feel like you taste it and you don't get enough. That is not going to be an issue. Now, it's the very fun part, assembly. Now, this is going to be a very simple process. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take that bottom layer and ice the top of it with a nice thin layer. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to pipe a border around the edge of it and kind of create a arena almost for your apple pie filling that you're going to put in next. Once the apple pie filling is in, you can drizzle it with your caramel, and next you're going to add the next layer of cake to it. Now, after that, you repeat the process until you have the very top, which you can decorate any way you want to. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again.